The action continues at the Gold Coast Sevens Skills Stadium at Ravenna. Australia versus Argentina, a crunch game for both of these teams. Head-to-head, Australia trailing Argentina 22-19 over the many years of the HSB Sevens World Series. And the last time that was in Glasgow in May of this year, Australia losing that one. But it's always been a good battle between these two teams. McMahon, Foley, Jenkins the captain, Maloof, Lucas, Clark and Shannon Walker, who didn't start the first game and didn't make an appearance in the 21-all draw with Scotland. He, of course, played a lot of junior rugby league on this ground, played about 4 games in the National Rugby League for the Gold Coast Titans senior team as well. The coach is Michael O'Connor. For Argentina, well, you never really know what you're going to get from them, but they can be very competitive on their day, no doubt about that. Argentina 10th on the HSBC Sevens 2012-2013 series, and the Australians were 8th. The coach for Argentina, Santiago Gomez Cora, is the leading try scorer for Argentina and leading try scorer on the circuit over the years. Ian Tempest, his 26th match in the World Sevens Series. Greg Martin, who's alongside me. So Australia 21-all with Scotland earlier after leading 21-0 in the second half. Argentina losing to Samoa 26-7. It's Pool D, very difficult pool. There is Shannon Walker. So a switch here to the right for the restart by Raval. And it has been won by Argentina. So a good start by the Puma Sevens. And a missed tackle there on Paz. Just looking for a gap on the right. Nobody at the back. And getting back there is Argentina. Did he get his hand on the ball? We're going to go and have a look upstairs. This could be the perfect start. Good vision.
It looked good. He's coming back for a penalty, even if it's not a try. Therefore, it may be a penalty try.
It is a try. Wow, what a start by Argentina. No sweeper at the back. And young Tom Lucas thought he was going to win the race to the ball for Australia.
Shannon Walker perhaps should have got a little bit harder there, but what a chase, considering their main chaser was knocked down. David Chanzi has gone so well. It's not their start, the Australians trying to hit back after their draw v Scotland. We're after.
No, so that will take the crowd out of it. Number 3, Lucas Di Vincenzi.
Greg Clark, those Argentinian fans are happy, but there's been one of their players, they scored that try with only 6 because from the initial kickoff, they had a man down top of the screen. Trying to make out who it was. His arms had a stinger or something, but he's going to chase this restart. I think he's hoping they go to the left.
Well, they won it on the right last time. This time they do go to the left, and taking it is the captain, Ed Jenkins. It's the Fen going up towards the halfway mark. And that's a maul he needs to release, and it comes out now, and it is a penalty.
Tackle and release. Yeah, tackle kept going at him after he hit the ground.
So Shannon Walker can score a try from anywhere. He's had more than his fair share of injury concerns, so here's Walker now. This time he offloads. This is Lucas, the third of the Lucas brothers to play sevens for Australia. Younger brother of Matt and Ben. Matt with the Waratahs, Ben with the Reds in Super Rugby now. There's a good strong run from McMahon, getting them over the advantage line. Walker waits for it at scrum half, gets the Fen going. Now it's Jenkins, and out it goes to Maloof. Maloof stepping and reaching out. Try to Nick Maloof, his second for the event. And so they hit back. It's 7 points to 5.
Oh, a sharp hit back within a minute by the Australians. I thought they may have blown it not only once but twice. First of all, Shannon Walker, I thought he could have taken off there, used his footwork. And here, he made hard work of it. Nick Maloof, I thought he'd just go wide for the corner. Thought the step would do. I thought it almost brought him undone. Lucky he had the reach and the nous to get there in the end.
And the kick coming in from Clark is away to the left. So it is 7 points to 5 from the GPS club in Brisbane. And he made his debut in Dubai last year. Maloof.
The Australians, only the one real lot of possession has led to the try. That's a good one.
Restart by Cameron Clark, knocked back, and it falls into the hands of Ed Jenkins. It's all about possession and good field position coming up here. Here's Clark going to have a run and almost through, almost losing his shorts as well, so he's over the 22.
Well, they got numbers.
Lucas, and now it's Maloof. He needs to draw and pass. He cuts back on the inside, gives it back to Lucas. He's 5 metres out, and they drive him towards the line. Now he goes to ground, and great field position. They've got numbers out to the left. They just need to move it. McMahon out to Clark. Clark straightens, and now he gives it to Walker, and he is in for the try.
Again, let's think back. There was the restart where they gathered the ball, and within a minute and a half they've scored a try. They were so close on the three-man drive there. Right here, there was a penalty about to be given to them, so they had the advantage. They knew they could have a go. Clark kept the ball with two hands, went at the defence, and Walker easy as you like. The referee's going to have a bit of a chat to the captain of the Argentinians. There could be a little bit of trouble because of the lying all over the ball when the Australians were going to score.
Players, they must roll clear of the tackle. Okay, if they stay in, they're liable for more sanction.
That's a yellow card threat there. Don't slow things down. That's the whole essence of this game of sevens.
The conversion from out wide is not successful, so 10 points to 7, 2 tries to 1. It's Australia over Argentina. The Aussies were finalists in London in the previous HSBC Sevens World Series. Equal 5th at the Rugby World Cup Sevens, losing the quarter-final narrowly to England. With 7 backing up from the Rugby World Cup. This time they go a little longer, and it's been taken by DiVincenzo, taken back into the 22, and the kick coming from Revol. They really need to play it at the other end, and the chase is coming now from Argentina. Clark has it, needs support. Shannon Walker fires it across to nobody, and the double round now with McMahon. Such a strong runner, only 19 years of age. Foley and Lucas back on the inside to Foley and Jenkins. Good ball movement here from Maloof. Loves to step and cut back in field off the right. Now it's Walker. A little bit of space, but numbers in front of him. And a little bit of footwork here as well from Shannon Walker. Spinning out a one, still going, pops it out the back door. And Foley across now to McMahon. He gives it to Ed Jenkins. Jenkins over the 22, gives it to Maloof, and Maloof cuts back in field. And the pass has been knocked down by Argentina. Was it a deliberate knockdown? No.
Knocked it backwards towards his own try line, so no infringement, but it is a scrum. Wow, there was some good play earlier on from Shannon Walker. There it is there, block the pass, you can do that. Yeah, Shannon Walker really set that up. I thought maybe Ed Jenkins could have gone a bit harder and further at the defence. Look at the passes completed. The Australians have dominated this first half in the 6.5 minutes gone.
And he lead by 3 though, 10 points to 7. They've had a real problem in the second half, so now it goes to Clark. He fires one out. The bounce is good for Maloof. Maloof straightens and straight through. Good footwork by the youngster. So he has got his 3rd try at the Gold Coast in his 2nd match here. And very timely indeed. It was right on the stroke of half-time, so 15 points to 7 will give them a bit of breathing space going into the second half. They had a nightmare second half against Scotland earlier on. The conversion is successful by Cameron Clark, so it's 17 points to 7 at the break.
Look at Maloof. We've seen him already. We know he can step off the right. Maybe that's what surprised the Argentinians. Have a look at the left foot step. He's got a bit of both. And bang, bang. So he's beaten 2 defenders. It was a 2-on-3 attack against defence situation, and he sconed it. Nick Maloof, big half.
Having a good tournament. 17 to 7. Let's go to the Australian huddle. Their coach Michael O'Connor.
We're just doing really well. We're getting that line wide, and then that's creating space back wide.
Okay, I won't make any changes, boys. We want to be the next to score. Okay? That was really good the way you came back from that. Be aware that they are going to chip in behind Tommy. That Tommy, okay? So that's their game, okay? Chip in behind, you've got to be ready for it.
Boys, they're still fucked. Let's put them in the saw this first.
Recién en el try de la punta eran 2.
a 1 metro. Y un variante el primero a 5 metros. Ahí también, Gordo, eras interno y fuiste principal. En 4:45 grados. Tener la pelota, no arrugarnos y el tackle 1 contra 1. ¿Está claro? La salida de esa fue muy fácil. Llegó Crucer arriba, la recibió como la vio, la que agarró acá adelante. Muchachos, posesión y está el partido, ¿está claro? Vamos, muchachos, dale, carajo.
Santiago Gomez, scorer, a legend in the game of sevens, especially in his homeland of Argentina.
You would have seen the stats across the bottom of the screen. Well, there's the Wallaby, there's the Australian. 29 passes completed, 4 by the Argentinians, but 7 tackles missed by the Argentinians. That's the key to the first half and the way the Australians jump back into the game. Man who's loving this game, just delivering up at half-time.
He's got the moves.
Has he? What? Slow motion. There's always something going on at the sevens.
Second half kickoff taken by Cameron Clark, and it's been knocked back. And Lucas has it. Tom Lucas on debut. There's the wide pass again to McMahon. Loves to take them on. Gives it to Walker. Getting on the outside, Shannon Walker. Cover comes across, and he has to release. He pops it out the back door. And it's into touch.
Well, there was a bit of brilliance there by Shannon Walker to get the right arm free and overhand it virtually to his support. Doesn't Sean McMahon love taking on the defence?
Line up, okay, which way?
Brutal in his attack.
Here's Walker here.
Time on, please. Keep going.
It was good defence from Gaston Revol. The tackle had to be made. Revol now with 6 minutes remaining, throwing in. And it goes to the Argentinian hands. Garrido, he lays it back. Paz is tackled.
Thank you, so good. Advantage.
Oh, it's gone forward. So sloppy play from Argentina. So it's going to be a scrum. And very good field position for Australia.
Yes.
So what did they learn from the capitulation in the second half against Scotland earlier on, when they're up at this stage of the match by 21 points and they finished with a draw?
I think they're already showing those learnings as the Australians are coming off their line so quickly in the second half in defence. It was defence that won them the first half against Scotland, then let them down. They've made a heap of changes as well.
So
right
Maloof is off and Clark is off as well, so fresh legs with 5 minutes remaining. And this is Lucas. The Australians into the 22.
Penalty advantage.
A penalty advantage here.
Clear release.
As Alex Gibbon went to ground, and now it's Shannon Walker putting on some footwork and dummying, and Shannon Walker stepping, and he lost the ball over the line. So now they have to regroup. Chance for a breakout here from Argentina. Well, Walker did all the hard work and then lost it over the line.
Well, you can't see it on set, but he's injured at the moment too, so they've only got 6 up at the moment.
And it is a chance here for Jenkins. He fires it out wide. Is this the first try ever for Tom Lucas? It is. Well, after dropping the ball over the line, Argentina couldn't capitalise. And there is the first try ever on the HSBC Sevens World Series for Tom Lucas.
Oh, go back to Shannon Walker, because that was stunning stuff. Beat 4 or 5 people. He will have another look at it. He's there. He steps inside one last one. Gets tipped from behind, loses the ball. Yeah, that's where the Australian team relaxed. But they were lucky enough within 35, 40 seconds to get it back. Jenkins pushes it wide to Tom Lucas. Brother of Ben, brother of Matt, both Australian representatives at sevens level. Only 19 years of age, very proud parents. 3 of your sons have played for Australia in sevens. All have scored tries.
And the conversion unsuccessful, so 22 points to 7. Still, they cannot relax. Michael O'Connor happier with this situation compared to full time in the earlier game when they squandered a 21-point advantage to finish with a draw. And it's been knocked on by Australia from the restart. So plenty of changes. We've got Ashquith on, also Gibbon and Patahi. So passes completed, 36. And that's the game of sevens. It's all about possession.
Possession is what they've had, and they've made decent use of it as well. Ball given away. They mean Argentinians, and they've got 5 players in their squad on debut. So they would have learned a lot from the first game, a bit more from this. It's a longer-term plan that the Argentinians have.
Cortez, so they're trying to hold him up. It's a maul, and look at the amount of Aussie defenders in there, so they're going to earn the put into the scrum. So well worked on that occasion.
Yeah, good communication to come in on that when the man was off his feet. Get the ball back.
4 blue, please. 4.
They need to switch on, knowing that their final game of day 1 will be against Samoa.
12. Time on, please. Scrum goal.
Very experienced captain Ed Jenkins since 2008. He's been in the Australian team, 24th tournament.
Closer, please, Australia. Closer, please. Crouch.
Made his debut in Wellington.
Out the tunnel. Please don't shout at me.
Out the tunnel, and they'll need another reset, so the Australians won't mind, because it will be eating away the seconds. So still to come, if the scoreline stays the same, it'll be Australia up against Samoa, and that's another crunch game. They'll be playing for the top spot in Pool D. The winner of Pool D will play probably Kenya in the quarterfinals, and the loser will play New Zealand. Now it's Ed Jenkins, and across to Shannon Walker, stretching out Walker. Walker pulled down and into touch.
Oh, go back to how they got that ball. Tom Lucas, little magic act to smuggle it away from the Argentinian attacker. This is the end. Thought Shannon Walker may have the speed, but lovely stuff there. Was it Paz who got him?
Nunez.
Nunez, lovely.
Martin Nunez. Try saver. 22 points to 7. 17 to 7 at half-time. They need to score from the other end of the field. Argentina. Penalty against Australia.
Leave the ball, put it down. Well away, number 6.
Cut out pass. The inside ball, well read by Jesse Patahi. He was the tackler, and he went in and stole the ball. Asquith pops it back, and it's been reclaimed now by Argentina. Inside ball again, and this time Stannard holds on. James Stannard, a replacement.
There's plenty happening in a narrow corridor.
They continue just to work it with a hit up almost. That's the 5, Muller. And a little knock on there as well. So again, it's going to eat away the second. So Australia, they're going to have their first win on the Gold Coast, 2013. What do you make of it so far?
Well, I think this game's been a tremendous improvement. Still a lot of errors in their game, a lot of loose stuff. They need to tighten up. The Argentinians are showing a bit of frustration. 5 errors. They have made more than the Argentinians. They've had more ball, but they're going to survive. One stat shows Australia 8 visits into the opposition 22, and they haven't scored 8 tries, that's for sure. Now, an intercept, and so Australia might have the final say here. It's Stannard. He finds Paul Asquith, and it's a penalty against Australia. So now, Argentina. One final throw of the dice. Up over halfway. And losing it. And that's going to be full time in Pool D. So they get the job done. Australia, after leading by 17 to 7 at half time. And Michael O'Connor pretty much using all 12 of his squad members on that occasion, just to give them a taste of the action on day 1. Australia 22, Argentina 7. He'll be a lot happier with that one, Michael O'Connor.
Well, Australia coach Michael O'Connor. Michael, he must have been sick as a parrot earlier, but that was a bit better. Happy with that?
Yeah, always happy to have a win, and Argentina a quality side. It was good the boys bounced back from... They went AWOL in the last minute of the game, unfortunately. There were couple of calls that went against us, and we finished with with a 21 all draw for the last game. So that wasn't ideal, but they did well.
Now Samoa, you've had a good look at them recently in the Oceania. How do you approach this one?
Oh, Samoa, just Samoa. They turn up with their A game. They're very hard to beat. They hold on to the ball really well. They have more passes than any other team. They're a very hard team to contain, and we're going to need to be on our game tonight if we're going to beat them.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, Carl.
Nice to see Michael O'Connor smiling. Greg Martin, and the match facts now from that Pool D encounter.
Well, the missed tackles killed the Argentinians. They were up 7-0, but the good thing for O'Connor was that the Australians hit back so well. I know you're saying there was 8 visits to the opponent's 22 and they only scored the 4 tries, but I think it was a far better performance. Sets them up for their next game against Samoa quite nicely. They gave a fair bit of ball away. That'd be one of the worries.
So here's the first try, and it was Nick Malouf, who scored 3 tries in 2 games now. Playing in the backs, can play in the forwards as well. And some wonderful costumes here at the Gold Coast 2013. Scotland, he of course played a lot of junior rugby league on this ground. Played about 4 games in the National Rugby League for the Gold Coast Titans senior team as well. The coach is Michael O'Connor. For Argentina, well, you never really know what you're going to get from them, but they can be very competitive on their day, no doubt about that. Argentina 10th on the HSBC Sevens 2012-2013 series, and the Australians were 8th. The coach for Argentina, Santiago Gomez Cora, is the leading try scorer for Argentina and leading try scorer on the circuit over the year. The Puma Sevens, and a missed tackle there on Paz. Just looking for a gap on the right, nobody at the back, and getting back there is Argentina. Did he get his hand on the ball? We're going to go and have a look upstairs. This could be the perfect start. Good vision.
It looked good. He's coming back for a penalty, even if it's not a try. Therefore, it may be a penalty try.
It is a try. Wow, what a start by Argentina. No sweeper at the back. And young Tom Lucas thought he was going to win the race to the ball for Australia.
Shannon Walker perhaps should have gone a little bit harder there, but what a chase, considering their main chaser was knocked down. David Chanzi has gone so well. It's not their start, the Australians trying to hit back after their draw v Scotland. We're after.
No, so that will take the crowd out of it. Number 3, Lucas Di Vincenzi.
Greg Clark, those Argentinian fans are happy, but there's been one of their players, they scored that try with only 6 because...
The action continues at the Gold Coast Sevens Skills Stadium at Ravenna. Australia versus Argentina, a crunch game for both of these teams. Head-to-head, Australia trailing Argentina 22-19 over the many years of the HSB Sevens World Series. And the last time that was in Glasgow in May of this year, Australia losing that one. But it's always been a good battle between these two teams. McMahon, Foley, Jenkins the captain, Malouf, Lucas, Clark and Shannon Walker, who didn't start the first game and didn't make an appearance in the 21-all draw with us. Ian Tempest, his 26th match in the World 7 Series. Greg Martin is alongside me. So Australia 21-all with Scotland earlier after leading 21-0 in the second half. Argentina losing to Samoa 26 points to 7. It's Pool D, very difficult pool. There is Shannon Walker. So a switch here to the right for the restart by Raval. And it has been won by Argentina. So a good start by